Hi, this is Zoe. I'm a natural health business trainer, and today is Create Purpose Monday. Today, I am going to talk about learning, continual learning. This actually has something to do with aging. I think the moment we stop learning, we stop being curious. We think we know it all. We use terms like during my time, in my days, we used to do it this way, and nothing wrong with these terms per se, but if you catch yourself using these terms all the time, then you may want to check, are you being relevant today? Now there's a difference between indulging in new technology and not learning. So for example, right, nowadays people are into the Instagram, people are into Twitter, people are into Snapchat, etc., etc. And I think being in this day and age, we are in the world, right? And we cannot divorce ourselves and live as hermits. So, at the very minimum, you know what it is about, you roughly know how it works, but then you don't have to be stuck into it, you don't have to do the things that everyone else is doing. So, in that sense, but you can't also go to the other, you don't go to the other extreme and say, oh, I don't. That's really not my thing. I don't want to know about it. Oh, young people, this is a young people thing. So what are you implying? Are you old then? So it is not about it is not about divorcing yourself totally from what is happening in the world. Neither is it about jumping on the bandwagon all the time. It is just being about being mindful and intentional. But I think in all things, we still need to keep that curiosity alive. And being curious means having our hobbies and working at things that interest us. So when I talk about creating purpose, it is about stepping out and looking at our lives. And when I talk about learning in that sense, right, it is not just about the job and the work and the routines only. It is about looking at our lives and having different facets, and having interest and maintaining a curiosity to learn. And in the curiosity to learn, we must necessarily look at books, look at videos, and talk to people. And sometimes we don't know what we don't know, and that's why interaction is important and being curious is important, and most of all, being open is important. If you find yourself having really fixed beliefs about certain things, right? Uh, try to not have it. Try not to be dogmatic about it. It is not also about relativism, because I do not believe in relativism. I believe that there are certain things, black is black and white is white. But it doesn't mean that if I hold certain beliefs to be sacrosanct, that I don't hear you out. I will hear you out still, and I'll try to empathize and understand where you're coming from. And in that understanding where you're coming from, it is not about me buying into what you say, because I have already made the decision about what I believe. But I would still want to hear you out because I want to understand. And so this desire to understand, this desire to learn, this desire to hear people out in spite of what we believe, or to be more open about what other people believe and to learn about them, is this idea of not holding things in binary. It's not about polarization, but seeking to empathize, to understand, to be inclusive, and yet still separate, because we are unique individuals in ourselves. And so having this curiosity to learn, and when I say learning, is not just about knowledge, it's about also relationships and being open, and also being intentional and mindful about the words we use, about not about not being stuck uh, and held back even by our past experience, but to take each fresh new day, and to be open to what the new day brings, what things you can learn, what things you can contribute, what things you can minister. And so, in creating purpose, when we have this attitude of learning, of curiosity, of interacting with others through books, through videos, through people on the internet, and yet at the same time, not being caught up in it, and being mindful about where we are coming from and what we want to create, that is how we can create purpose in our day to day and not be caught up in the daily grind of life. So I hope this video today is useful to you. Keep learning, keep being curious. I love to hear from you. Put your comments below. If you find the content useful, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.